to winter.
There you go. Makes sense. I think we lost Serana, actually.
Yeah, my computer crashed.
Oh no. Alright, well, I'll modify your hit points to bring you to 30, and then I'll modify Winter's hit points to give him the leftover 2, right?
Yep. That's perfect.
Apparently.
All right, so that's my action. And then you know, that cloud's been doing me right, so I guess I'll just
I think at this point you're out of the cloud because you moved 10 feet to the left.
yeah, I was thinking about going back in. But
Oh. I love it. Technically you can. Everybody's here, right?
yeah,
You doing it?
I'm gonna do it. Yep, I'm going back in. So I go back up to 15 feet.
All right.
Thanks for your bookkeeping, Joe. And I go back in.
All right, there you go. So hit that EOT.
Yep.
And Zinfo, you're up.
Okay.
Oh. Emin, remind me that you see something special on your turn.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Should I try to finish off that giant? I'll toss a spell that way. How about that? I'm gonna cast Agonizer's Scorcher at Glint.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, very nice.
Oh, whoa.
How'd you do that? You must have used the little beam token, right?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of spell effects.
Very nice.
I've actually
Cool.
made a whole bunch of macros for them. But so yeah, so he'll take 18 fire damage unless he can make a DC 15 for half.
All right.
Ooh.
So it looks like he fails it.
Okay. Takes
So
18.
how do you want to do this?
Yes! Burn, bitch!
All right, so describe to me what happens. Let's start to the group as your fire takes this giant glint out.
All right, I see an opening. He's been hit a lot, so I unleash a spell I've had for a while, but never used. And a big roar, a rush of flame erupts from her hand across the fields like dragon's breath onto the stone giant's legs, and its legs collapse and it falls to the ground.
Nice. Wow. So the whole earth like shakes from his sudden fall. As Glint lies on the ground, smoking a smoking carcass. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move behind this rubble because I see an Angrog over there. And I'm gonna get my cat. Come here. I am done.
Okay. Serana.
Alright, finally. Keep going on this guy. Just gonna shoot him again. Yeah.
Sweet.
7 plus 4 plus 2.
So total of 13.
Yep. And that guy's dead, so nothing for Winter to do.
All right.
Go team.
Go team. So manage to hit this guy with another arrow. It kind of like sticks into the fur of his belly. You know you hit him, but he looks like he's still in pretty good shape. And Winter kicks the dead body.
Yes.
You can hit the EOT if you're done. All right. And now Emin, is your turn. So Emin, you can see that this looks like there's no door here, and something's been like kind of stuffed. From what you can tell, it's a very, very large circular boulder, but it immediately is recognizable to you as what kind of looks like the side of a globe made out of stone. And from your vantage point, unless you get closer, because you're in the midst of combat, you cannot see like what globe it actually is, but it is vaguely familiar to you. And you can see that although the globe is kind of like fitted into the doorway, there is enough space that if you were to squeeze, due to your size and obviously your gaseous form, you can actually get on the other side.
Okay, I ignore that for now and drop another sleep spell on Angrog.
What's the range on it?
90.
Oh, you fucking bastard.
That's right, baby. Get wrecked, nerd.
So Agron kind of like sways where he's standing and he goes and falls over, completely unconscious.
Fuck.
Stand there, dust my hands off, and then I start walking over to the door.
That's my sleep icon here. I think it's the lightning bolt.
The gaseous form is gone, though. I had to drop to cast the spell.
All right, gaseous form is gone. So Glint is dead. So Kareem, it is your turn.
So the other guy's sleeping, right?
Yeah, he just went down to the ground, asleep.
Well, I guess I'll mosey my way over there. I'll do a dash action,
Sure.
and then I'll end my turn.
Okay. Winter.
Winter will just dash on behind you. Give you a lick.
I think Winter has a little bit more speed left. Let's see, his speed of 50 or 40?
It's 50.
Very good. You got another
Nice.
5.
Right, we'll be right there. That'll be his turn.
Alright, so Angrog is asleep. That's the end of round 7. Thornburn.
Alright, I'm gonna follow suit. Sorry.
Oh,
You're flying.
I'm flying. Oh yeah, I can just go right over this stuff. Okay, so I go, what the hell was that? And I fly over towards him. I go, oh hey, Emin. Did you do that?
He's a gas cloud right now.
No, not anymore.
Oh, never mind then.
Regular half elf.
Okay.
Alright, Thornburn, you
And
finished?
that's it. Yep.
Sinfel, you're up. You guys are going to get angry at this guy, aren't you? It's going to be deliverance.
Yes, let's get into position, everyone. I'll wait till everyone gets into the circle.
Get in line.
So Sinfel just like hops over stones. You get to him with one move, so but if you're waiting, that's fine too. Just keep in mind you only get surprise on the first attack. But then of course if everybody's attacking with melee, then they all get advantage.
Yes, we should. I doubt my hit will take him down, so I'd rather wait for the everybody else, and we'll all stab him,
Sure.
make him dance.
Nice. If you're done, you just hit that EOT. Alright, Zerana.
I feel bad hitting someone that's asleep, but
He didn't feel bad when he hit your booty with a boulder.
Is this cloud
Sure.
still here?
uh,
Nah, let's go.
I think it actually
So-
disappeared when you did your gaseous form, right?
I mean, it's possible. I lost track because I can't see anything.
that's a little
Yeah.
sad right there. That is a little sad, but yeah, I was distracted, so I didn't want to hit him while he's sleeping.
Alright. Zerana, what are you doing?
He'll wake up on the first hit.
She's
I was
not dead.
trying to shoot him as he fell asleep.
So keep in mind, because he's prone and at range, you'll have disadvantage on the attack roll.
Yeah, unless you're in melee.
Get your dagger, staff, kick him.
I'm way over here. I missed anyway.
Concentration.
So I guess I'll also just
What are you trying to do there, Ryan?
move over
Nothing.
here.
Got some crazy formula.
I'm doing some math.
And that's
Need numbers.
Alright, Eamon, you're up.
Letters.
Oh, hey everyone. I found a door, and we should probably kill this giant while it's on the ground sleeping before it wakes up. Everybody ready? It's gonna be a party.
I'm ready.
I tried.
Alright, anything else?
No, wait till everybody's here. Because first it's gonna wake it up.
Alright, just hit that EOT. Kareem.
Save a spot by his nutsack for you.
Get right up to his balls. Thank you, my friend. Oh, what's the plan here? We're just gonna attack
Maybe-
when.
Maybe we
I'm
could
ready.
I think you're
not
moving
kill
into
him.
positions and readying actions.
Okay, I'm readying my attack actions. I guess.
Alright. Just hit EOT when you're finished.
Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting.
Winter.
Get on up there, Winter.
Yeah,
Surround
Slaughterfest.
him.
Alright.
Oh wait. I can hit him, but do you want to wait?
I think you're waiting for Thornbur.
Yeah, Thornbur.
Okay.
He's got to get in on
Wait,
these actions.
Winter, wait.
I'll wait. I'll take a
Let me get some blood.
reaction to ram him. Right?
You move. Yeah, I mean, if he's got his full suite of actions, does he?
Yeah. Take a reaction
You
to
just do ready to action.
ready to action to hit him as someone else does.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so just hit EOT. Alright, that is the end of round 8, so Thornbur.
Alright, I just fly in yelling, huzzah! And I may have to dip down a little bit if he's prone, but I make an attack.
Let's bukkake this bitch.
So who's actually waking him up? It's Thornbur, right?
So that's Thornbur, yeah, I'm making an attack.
So he is currently incapacitated, which results in some special stuff.
So
Oh, okay.
attack rolls have
So I'm gonna put a divine smite.
Yeah, what this means is that anybody, any attack that hits the creature while he's incapacitated and obviously paralyzed because of the sleep,
actually
is
it's
automatically-
unconscious, which is slightly different, but it's the similar bullet points.
you're right, yeah. So it's a critical hit.
So you would want to smite him at this point because those dice are going to
Yep,
crit
yep.
also.
Yep,
Yeah,
I'm
buddy.
definitely.
Explode.
I'm
You may
just gonna
just
put
Kill him.
a level 1.
You're not gonna need us, are you?
Yeah, so I'm just putting the level 1 smite on that. So that's gonna be this. Let's see. So,
So you
Let's see.
hit there.
so
You're
I'll
good.
hit this and then. Sorry. Oh, nice. So then I roll an extra 2d6
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and an extra
2 smites.
6 and then an extra 4d8.
Oh, jeez.
Oops, sorry. Alright, come on. There we go.
Got
Sorry, my computer's moving slow. Here we go. I'm just going to type it in. I was trying to use that little die roller, but all right. There's 2d6 and then 4d8, and then plus 7 to all that because my wings are still out. So 15.
So 15 plus 24. I'm sorry. 25 plus 24. So looks like 49 damage. Right? Is that
Yeah,
correct?
it's
Kind of lost.
yeah.
You kind of lost.
Yeah,
It's
you're right.
15
You're
plus
right.
9 plus 18 plus 7.
Yep.
There we
Yep.
go.
You were right. 24.
So you drive your retribution wear on his body.
Right in his heart. I'm just like plunging down. It's like right in front of me, like a
Where
lance,
you
and I'm
think the giant heart is. You actually
Yeah.
managed to stab it through his chest, but he gasps awake and actually still alive and flailing.
Oh, God.
So I think at this point ready actions go off. I think Zinfo had the first one.
And Winter had one.
All right. And the bless is still up, so you can still add the d4 to your attack rolls.
Yeah. You do get advantage though because he's criminal. But it's not a crit.
That's 17 plus another 5. 22.
Well, multiple melee attacks drive into this guy, but Zinfel, you can describe what happens. You're the one that actually deals the killing blow.
I light my rapier. Oh no, not it. My rapier digs between his ribs, and then it bursts out with a giant, thunderous boom, splaying his ribcage open.
Alright.
Tasty.
Alright, cool. What about everybody else? I know everybody had killing blows there. So Winter just kind of like...
Yeah, I just went through the heart.
Winter just smashes his brains with his hooves. Kareem just chops off his balls, right?
Yep.
Alright, well, both giants, congratulations, both giants have been defeated. And we
Thank
are officially out of combat.
That was way easier.
Oh,
than I thought
wow.
it was gonna be.
Yeah, I
That's
used like all
intense.
my spells though.
That was 8 rounds of combat there.
Empty.
9 rounds, actually.
It's less than a minute.
Wow.
We still have a giant inside to kill.
I know, right?
We don't have to kill her.
Thumbs up.
I don't really like the idea of a round only being 6 seconds. It's just my personal preference. But I kind of think of combat more. I mean, it's I guess realistic, but I never liked the idea of it.
Yeah, it seems so fast.
Yeah, it was less than a minute. We killed them so fast. That's ridiculous.
All right. Well, why don't we take a short break? Like come back at 9:50. and just so
Cool.
that way I can go to the restroom. And you guys can do whatever you need to do.
That's good.
All right.
Good job, guys. That was
job.
cool.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
You don't have enough people to look up. I do, but to get payments, or to make payments. To get payments. You told me to.
Are you making it to just a card or your bank account?
My bank.
See if it works for you. It won't let me link to the joint.
Oh, actually, I don't know if it's gonna work for me then.
It should, because it's a private account, I guess.
Well, you have an account fucking Spain.
Yeah, but that's first. Isn't just a joint. I don't know if all the other accounts are like that.
You weren't able to resolve that?
No. Hold on. I have to get a new bank account, which I
Oh,
never did. It's not working.
no.
Not working.
Mike is hot. Oh, thanks for letting us know. Hey, yo, the mic is hot.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows. What if I then farted or something?
Oh, is that Eric? Is that Eric?
Yeah, I said.
Not saying anything sensitive.
No, I know. What do we say for it?
Cards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm more paranoid about that. Now I'm more paranoid.
It's only on when the lights are on. You see the little white lights?
It's on all the time. Bill believes it now, but he knows
It
it's
gets
hot
power
now.
from the PC. So if the PC's off, you can't. You don't want.
You better tell me it's hot.
You can notice. You can see.
Yeah. Bye.
That's what you call to say, right? Because here is something.
Yeah, he hears right now.
No, it's not that sensitive.
That's what he said.
It's not that sensitive.
That wasn't a fart. That was my chair.
Whoa, I know that. It's hot here.
Yeah, turn the AC on.
Oh.
You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
I could hear you guys talking about your bank accounts. I could hear you washing your hands. Like, the whole conversations. That's why I called both of you to let you know that everything being picked up.
Wow, it's really sensitive. I didn't realize how sensitive it was, but
thing you
we weren't
closed the
saying
door when you went
anything
to the bathroom.
sensitive, anything. Anyway. But thank you for letting us know.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
I guess I need to turn off my mic next time before I leave the desk.
Yeah, or don't you have a mute on the input?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, sorry if I ruined your encounter.
No, it's not. You didn't ruin it. That was awesome.
Imagine if I had the full 4 runes.
I thought it was pretty challenging. I mean, you guys used up a lot of resources.
Hell yeah, that was an expensive encounter, but we didn't use up a lot of hit points, so, you know, that's the trade-off. That's what the resources be used.
Yeah.
I could handle another 2 giants.
Fuck that. I'm done.
Should have thrown you at the wall, Emmett. That would have been fun.
I mean, either way, it would have been interesting. Yeah.
I don't think it would have worked. I don't think your feather fall would have worked when you would have been moving horizontally toward the wall.
Again, it just so happened to pick that direction. I'm like, sweet. I'm using the ability.
Yeah, I kind of lobbed you in like an arc.
Yeah.
So-
I suspected you were going for maximum vertical falling damage to, just get that double little. Don't be greedy.
Well, they have a very interesting ability. I need to put some music here.
The whole thing was interesting, especially since they all had some kind of stone skin and their movement abilities. I like that.
Yeah, you like that, right?
Yeah, that was cool. That was a fun encounter.
It
I
reminded
know.
me of the Glebdur.
All right.
Yeah, those are the little stone guys.
Yeah, and it's First Nevlin. All kinds of shit disappearing in the stone and popping out. You're like, what?
Okay. I think everybody's back at this point, even Jay.
Yes.
Somebody's drinking some icy drink.
No.
Are you drinking heavy cream again, you weirdo?
No. I would put it in a measuring cup, not in a real cup.
Drinks heavy cream. It's
This
so
is-
weird.
This is coconut rum
Delicious. I'm getting
Coconut rum.
with
Wow.
lime and coconut milk.
Nice.
Yeah. Share for the rest of us.
I'll make you a cup.
All right, I'm gonna start stripping tokens off of everyone as
start stripping
your
dead bodies.
as your spell effects start to end. Ah, yes. So
Strip the
these
bodies.
giants do have sacks, aside from their ball sacks. But, they do have sacks. So you're more than welcome to start searching through. So who's actually doing the searching? So Kareem on Glint, and who's doing the searching on Angrog?
I'll search him.
I'll just be kind of closing whatever eyelids are left on Angrog and say a little prayer to Sylvanus.
Oh,
Go into the earth.
well, given that Winter crushed his head with a watermelon with his hooves, it's kind of hard to find his eyelids right now. He kind of closes his jaw, and just like goes back to its broken spot.
It's the thought that counts.
I think his eyelid is on the hoof.
So, both Kareem and Zinfa, I want you guys to click on the little token, the little icon next to the gear icon in the top right. You'll see like a dot and a dash. 3 of them, actually.
Okay.
It's called collection. Are both of you guys there? Yeah, it's right next to the gear icon, top right.
Did you populate those tables to roll?
Yeah, that's what we're about to do.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay.
So
I found
you should see a few tables there, right?
Yep.
What do you see?
Items in giant bag.
Uh-huh.
Token roll. Magic item table. And art objects.
You see the expanded items in a giant's bag, and the items in a giant bag too.
Item.
I only see 3 tables, the ones that were just described.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me
Yeah.
fix that. I do
Oh, there
see-
you go.
Now there's
There you
4
go.
tables.
Now you should see those
Now
other
there's
2.
5 tables.
So there should be 3 tables. Yeah, I don't know why the magic item one is there. I'm gonna remove that. And then what was the other one? Art objects?
Art
Yes.
objects. Yep.
Remove that as well. Okay, so you should only have 3 tables there. So both you and Kareem can roll from each table once.
Gross.
Terrible stuff.
Petrified fish skeleton produces a pleasant tasting soup broth each time it is placed in hot water. Mangy fur pelt. Large cast iron cauldron.
There you go. Fascinating stuff. That's what you guys find.
Fouled rope used as dental floss. Ooh. All right, anybody want anything here?
I like that petrified fish skeleton. That's kind of cool. It's like a large, like, bass fish. You know, one of those ones that, like, you put on a board and it starts talking.
That's pretty awesome, actually. Especially if it talks.
It's yours.
No, don't eat me. Nom 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 nom.
Well, it does make soup. Pleasant tasting.
I'm gonna take like a piece of his rock skin as a souvenir. Put it in my little pouch.
Oh, you didn't notice when these guys died? Their skin is still very hard, like much harder than human skin would be. But at this point, it's just like smooth, solid gray rock.
Yeah.
Whereas their skin before was more craggy and kind of rough in texture. But when they died, that magical effect, whatever it was, also dissipated or dissolved with them.
They turn into like a giant statue, more or less. Or
No, they're still a lot. I mean, still like fleshy, but they're just like really hard. Their skin, almost like you're kind of like touching rubber.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a piece of it.
Oh, all right. What piece of it are you taking?
I don't know, like a chip of his shoulder or something.
All right. It's fleshy, and it's like really kind of like I said, rubbery, and it's their blood is like really dark gray, almost black.
Yeah. I wanna like shake it off. Kind of like.
Yeah, you got a piece of stone giant shoulder. Nice. It's gonna rot eventually.
I'm sure.
All right, so what are you guys doing at this point? Oh, the hawks don't have anything.
Get some feathers.
Is that a door over by Emin? Emin, is that a door over by you?
Why, yes, it is. Or some sort of blocked obstruction that we can maybe squeeze past. Or roll out of the way.
It was a female giant, a hill giant that we were told about. Right?
And she seemed like she was in distress.
Ah, hell if I know. I wasn't paying attention to these people and they talk. It's like, you know, loose
Yeah.
pieces of leaf flapping
Yeah.
in the breeze on trees.
Ivaro
I try my best.
Ivaro did tell us that this hill giant woman was crying over her dead husband, so maybe we don't need to just kill her outright, like a bunch of savages.
I mean,
We did just.
I kill people for plenty of reasons. Not damage. I do it for fun.
Here, could you put the mic closer to your mouth?
If it's any closer, it'll be in my mouth.
No,
That's
your
good.
Sensitivity's so low.
Which is funny because nothing's changed.
It's weird.
All right.
Oh well.
Well, yeah, maybe we don't need to kill her then. I mean, we just saved her life, so that's a good conversation starter.
That's a good point. We should get inside first. Take a look around. Maybe there's more rooms. And my eyes light up with
Hello?
that.
There you go. You're welcome. Wait.
Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, you are standing
No,
kind
you
of like
did it
in
again.
front of the doorway.
Huh?
We should knock.
You're good. Leave it. Don't touch
How
it.
about now?
We can hear you now, dude.
Hello, we saved
Don't
your
worry,
life.
guys. Don't worry, friends. The Bloodhawks have no items.
Did you get a feather?
No.
Aw.
Okay, so both Emin and Zinfo, you guys are trained in proficient in history, right?
Yes.
I am too.
I am.
Okay, anybody proficient in history, when you're looking at the doorway, as I
I'm not
described
gonna
it to Emin before, from what you can tell, it looks like a stone globe of the planet of Toril, which is the planet that you're on.
Yeah.
Faerun is actually just one of the continents on the planet.
That is so.
No,
And it
Toril.
is huge. It is easily, from what you could see, just appearance-wise, it looks like it's probably about 10 or 15 feet in diameter. You can't see the whole actual thing.
I start jogging backwards to get a better perspective to see if there's like the solar system involved in this. That's awesome. I'm gonna take out my pad and start making sketches.
All right. So you don't see, anything that reminds you of the solar system, but it is pretty cool. And from what you guys can tell, the globe kind of fills the doorway, but not enough that it completely blocks the doorway. If you're able to perhaps squeeze by, that's totally possible with maybe a acrobatics dexterity check. You can attempt to do so.
I'm gonna try to roll it.
All right.
I don't know if it's like stuck in the ground or something. I'm gonna try to push it to roll it. The strength.
Yeah. Oh, so if you're gonna attempt to roll the actual stone, it is a strength athletics check. However, what is your actual
Wow.
strength?
12.
Okay. So, you push on it with all your might, your feet digging into the dirt behind you, and it does not budge.
Oh, so much for that. Guess we can squeeze by.
Or maybe if more than one person tried to roll at the same time. Here, let's all lean a shoulder in. And I go lean against it. And pretend like I'm pushing, trying to encourage the stronger, more burly members to push.
I'm here. I can push it.
I'll move out of the way.
Oh, burly one.
Okay, I'm in.
Come on, Winter.
So you can probably get three
Looks pretty big.
Not
people
burly.
side by side, kind of all squeezing into that space to try to push it. So the way this would work is who's got the what is your total strength modifier between the three people that are pushing?
Kareem, Thornburn, Winter?
if Winter's trying to push, he's taking the spot of two people.
Yeah.
What if I ride Winter and Bud?
That doesn't count.
Oh, actually, hang on a second.
Riding Winter and pushing doesn't work either.
Doesn't do
Damn it.
anything.
Oh, and by the way, from what you could tell, they're now that you're kind of like all standing in front of it and looking past the stone, like, you can almost see that there's sort of like light beyond it, and you can, but you see that light is not necessarily very constant. It kind of flashes, like it kind of looks like almost like a fiery glow, but then you can see the occasional flash of lightning as well inside.
So, I spin my arms around in a Tai Chi move, and then center my hands in front of my chest, casting a spell, and then I visibly bulk up, and then I lean my shoulder against it. So I cast Bull Strength on myself. I have advantage on spring checks. My carrying capacity doubles.
Oh, very nice.
But it's not going to
Yeah.
affect my modifier, so I don't know how you want to educate that.
I would say that it would give you guys advantage. So if you participate.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
participate
so
for third. Me,
you
Thornburn,
three.
Kareem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the total strength modifier then? MN, Kareem, and Thornburn.
I'm +2.
Well, mine's +3. Strength.
0.
Alright, so you guys got a total of +6 with advantage.
No, just +5. I only have 2.
Oh. So +5 with advantage. Okay. Go for it.
Who's wrong?
Alternatively, I will allow, instead of advantage, to get an additional +5. Because that's sort of like the same thing.
That's actually not at all like the same thing.
Math here.
Kareem, roll.
He's getting us with the math questions.
Yeah. And also, you can actually use a token, an inspiration token, to then get advantage on it.
Oh, that's a whole different animal. Then I'll use an inspiration token since I have one, and we'll take the +5. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
So we'll take a +10 with advantage? Deal.
+10 with advantage. Got it. You got to use the token.
I think you should roll it.
I'll roll it. I got it. I got this, guys.
Oh, I dropped it in the blackness.
I got it. All right. Very nice. Okay, so you guys managed to shove it enough that it actually moves. Just enough. Doesn't roll completely out of the way because it seems to catch on something, but it moves just enough that you can actually squeeze now inside of it without having to make a what's it called? An acrobatics dexterity check.
Oh,
What about this big animal we got over here?
Well, that big animal would have to make the check, but he could potentially squeeze inside as well.
You can figure it out.
All right. Who
Well,
wants to
are
lead?
we going in?
Of course we are. I'm already there.
Kareem, you have a shield.
Why don't we
you
just
go.
push that rock?
Yeah.
I'll be right behind you.
Where do I go in?
Oh, I will move you there. So who's actually leading the way?
Kareem,
Dream.
he has a shield.
Okay.
Trying to
Alright.
get in.
So, so when you move in, this is what you see.
Whoa.
But give me a moment because I need to change
What is
something.
it? What is
You
it?
notice that it is much bigger inside than what you expected.
Oh my god.
Magic.
This is amazing. If only my friends could see.
So just zoom in on your character a little bit because you seem to
Zooming
have
in.
shrunken down to size. Either that or everything is much bigger than you expected it to be. Who else is going in and following Kareem?
Thornbur.
All right, Mr. Thornburg. So you are right behind Kareem.
Oh, you're going down the rabbit hole.
Oh,
So immediately what you see
this is awesome.
is everybody kind of going in.
Yes.
If Winter is, he needs to
Pushing
make a check.
What check?
A
Acrobatics.
acrobatics dexterity.
Acrobatics, and I can't. Just click.
But first you gotta make an
Dex.
animal check.
Just click Dex, right? I don't see
He
acrobatics.
breaks an antler.
That would hurt.
I will give you the opportunity to spend an inspiration token if you wish.
Can do. Get in there, Winter.
There, get in there. All right, you managed to squeeze him in. And although he is pretty large, he's managed to squeeze past. So everybody
Large?
can now see inside. Yeah, because he's normally large size.
Yeah.
So to everybody else, you see the other side of the globe at this point, and what you're actually standing in is a huge, vast, cavernous space. Looks like it's formed out of like ancient stone blocks that are veined with metal, kind of like in the shape of lightning going across the sky. And you notice that the metal itself is actually arcing with electricity all of its own. And the mortar between the blocks appears to be like some sort of dirty clay that grows grass in patches. And on top of that, there's a fine cold mist that kind of like emanates from the floor itself, about 3 feet off the ground, kind of like covering your legs from the knees down. I'm sorry, from the waist down. And aside from it, the room itself is huge, cavernous. It's got like a 60-foot high ceiling, and you're free to explore as you wish, but that's essentially what you see from your current vantage point. Except for here, since you guys are kind of like in that area. Oh, I need to change the scale here, so give me a moment. Scale should help. So, kind of about here, you know, where I just pointed, is what looks like a kind of like a shallow depression in the floor itself. It's about, from what you could tell, about 15 feet in. I'm sorry, about 10 feet in diameter. I'm sorry, in radius, and in the middle of that is kind of like a hole in the ground. That just looks like it's a dark hole, but it's surrounded by a ring of giant runes. But from your vantage point, you can't read everything that it says, and obviously you would need to be able to read giant.
Let's check it out.
The globe that stands behind you is clearly like a huge freaking globe. You know, easily from your now vantage point, before where it looked like it was maybe 10 feet in radius, it is now 20 feet. Oh no, I'm sorry. It is now 10 feet in radius. Before it looked much smaller than that.
Oh shit!
That's a big globe.
It's a big rock.
I go.
Watch
Go
out,
to read.
Zinfil.
Okay, so Zinfil, you walk up to this, you know, stone circle on the ground. And over here, the fog that I described before that came up to your waist, that like fine, cool mist, is not covering the runes themselves, allowing you to read them. And then it says along the floor in a circular pattern, obviously, because it's a circle, it's a runic circle. It says, "Here dreams Chalcedon. The sleeper must awaken."
Is this then giant?
This is in giant.
I'll read it out.
What does it say?
Translated. Here dreams Chalcedon.
And as you're standing in front of it, you notice that there's a giant stone door to the south of you. Okay? And the door itself looks rather interesting because, from what you could tell, it looks to be the image of a giant, kind of like sitting cross-legged in meditation. His eyes are closed, but he's kind of encased or part of a stalagmite that comes out of the ground. Okay? And he's got features that appear very, very similar to a stone giant's features, except he's got what looks like these crystals that are coming out of his head, kind of like a crown. And above him, you see the Farunian night sky that kind of adorns the space above the giant's body, right? Encased within the relief of the door, giving you the impression that the giant is sort of like sleeping and dreaming about the stars themselves. And from what you can recognize, those who are proficient in history, actually those who are proficient in history or proficient in arcana, you can see that those stars appear to be constellations that you're familiar with.
What constellations?
The constellations of Faerun at night.
This place looks holy.
Yeah, so I don't know if you got the description of the room again, but I'll give it one more time. Ancient stone blocks, they're veined with metal in the shape of lightning. It's arcing with electricity. That's what actually kind of creates this image of lightning, kind of like lighting up the room. But aside from that, there's kind of like just a general fiery glow that gives off light. And the mortar between the blocks themselves is kind of like a dirty clay that grows grass in patches.
Ooh.
Guys, where the hell are we?
This is beautiful.
We're in a giant hand.
Cool. So Kareem, you kind of move there, and you notice that there is a huge statue off over here.
Mhm.
And there's also a door directly north of you.
Search
Hey, there's-
everything. Open every
There's a
door.
Statue way over there. I like to touch statues.
Yes, you do.
Well, I don't know if that's such a good idea. I mean, you don't know what's.
So
I'm
from what you
slowly
can tell,
going up to the
it's-
statue.
It's a statue of a naked man, kind of like half dressed in a toga. And from what you can see, he looks like he was carrying perhaps a giant globe on his back, but it's currently not on the statue. Obviously, that giant globe is now been fitted into the door somehow. And before the statue, you see a large number of what look like tools or items, but they're all sized for some reason for humans.
Mm.
But the statue itself is enormous, like easily about 45, maybe even 50 feet tall.
And-
Just to give you a general appearance of what it looks like, give me 1 second. I always have handouts, you guys know that. There you go. You guys see that, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So don't mind his penis looking small in the picture. It's actually quite large. Because he's a giant. Probably as long as you.
Hung like Jesus.
That thing's got a small penis.
So just note that the globe, he's not actually holding the globe.
Okay. So there's tools on it. You said, or slots
Tools
for
kind of
tools.
like almost offered in worship to the statue. And Emin, you have a very like as you're kind of walking around and just admiring this place, you kind of feel like this strange energy within you. Like you feel very capable and confident.
Do any of us notice this, or
No.
oh, bummer?
Don't be creepy. Try to touch me like Thornburr.
I was gonna make a joke about this. But...
Well, actually, anybody? Actually, Kareem, I'm going to say you notice it because you have the highest insight in the group. You notice that Emin's back is kind of like a little bit straighter, his chest a little bit more puffed out, his chin a little higher.
Okay, I look at Emin, and then I look at Thornburr, and then I look at Emin, and then I give him a little wink.
Huh?
And this is where we have PC on PC violence.
So you guys notice also that the air smells like really earthy but ionized in here, like the way the air smells before a large thunderstorm. And then you quickly begin to notice as you're standing in front of the statue of Amun, the statue, which you don't realize yet is actually Anam himself, but you do hear a chanting that you understand, and it says, "I am Anam, I am the Prime, the progenitor of worlds, the great creator." And although it's saying this in giant, for some reason you feel like you understand it.
Did we all hear this?
Yeah.
Huh. I want to touch his dick.
It's too far up.
Don't touch
I just start walking around the room.
Kareem touches the tools that are below on his feet.
From what you could tell, this appears this large thing here that I'm pointing to at the moment. This just looks like a large column that is supporting the ceiling. It goes from floor 60 feet all the way up. What did you just say, Kareem? You said you're looking at the tools more closely,
Yeah, I'm touching them.
and you're touching them.
Yes. Physically.
Okay. Something, the tools are kind of cool. They're interesting. Being a crafter yourself, you notice that there is. Why don't you make me an insight check using wisdom. Nice.
Using wisdom?
You,
Yeah,
it is
Yeah,
wisdom.
that's not right.
They
Okay.
appear to be everyday items, but they all centrally share a theme, which is that they're all tools that can be used to create things.
Ah.
Except for one item which stands out. And you notice it's the only item that's like really interesting looking because it has an actual giant rune on it. And it appears to be made entirely of stone, and it looks like what can be best described as like a beer mug.
Hey, Emin. You're good with runes. What does this thing say?
It says, "Don't touch me." And then I go back to cruising the walls.
That's too late. I put it down. Or, I stopped looking at it and touching
You
it.
stop looking at it and touching it.
Yeah.
So you just kind of set it down on the ground.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody else doing anything?
It's peaceful.
Just keeping my eye on you. Careful with that thing.
I'm too distracted
I
taking
climbed
it all
this
in.
So doing a quick circuit, Joe, were there any descriptions or inscriptions or anything having to do with the ordning or texts? Because this is what I'm guessing to be a temple dedicated to deity.
Yep, that's what you actually see. Is exactly what I've described so far. You can walk behind this statue, but you just see more of those tools. The only thing, like I said, that stands out is that is that stone stein. Do you
Right,
actually
the
take a
stein.
look at it?
Yeah, I do, but I did a circuit of the room while you were talking. I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah. So this door was actually kind of a little open.
Oh, it's a door.
Yeah, this is a door over here, and it's a little open. And from what you could tell, there seems to be another room beyond it. There's also, when you did a circuit around that area, you thought you caught the whiff of body odor.
Wasn't me.
Do you still check out the stein, though?
Oh yeah, I look at everything.
Okay, so from what you could see, the stein itself is intricately carved. There appears to be like almost like a dragon head handle on it, and it's very large, but still sized for a medium creature. And the other thing that you notice about it is that it's engraved with the Stein rune. So the Stein rune actually is the giant word for stone.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it.
Giant word for what? I'm sorry, what was that?
Stone.
Stone.
So it is. You begin to quickly realize that this item may be special.
Don't touch it.
Touch it. Always touch it.
Don't touch anything.
How
Emin, what do you think of it?
Touch it. Touch it.
Is it special?
Touch it.
Oh, I think I was on mute. I think it's another rune word, like the toe that's floating around somewhere.
It's on my neck. A giant, ugly toe.
And here's a stein. It's most likely another rune word embedded into an item.
There seems to be another room over here. You guys want to go in together?
Yes.
Yes. Let's go look.
I'll just bow slightly as I pass the giant statue.
So, are you ignoring the Stein then?
Oh, I wait till everybody walks away, pick it up, put it in my bag.
I knew you were gonna touch it.
Right.
Just in
You
case
guys
you-
are all standing in front of this door at the moment. So you notice that it's a very large stone door, easily about 25 feet high. You notice that there is a kind of like a door handle, and for what it looks like, it doesn't seem to have a lock on it or anything like that, like where you would expect the lock to be. But the handle is very high off the ground, at least from what you can see, about 15 feet. And aside from that, the door itself is open, maybe about 2 feet, so you can kind of peek in. And as you're standing near it, you get the very strong scent of body odor. And Zinfel, Thornbur. Zinfel there? Actually, no, you're standing by the column. So only about Thornbur right now can actually also hear, very faintly, heavy breathing.
Wait, Kareem. I think she's back there.
Just don't startle her.
Let's kill her.
Should we say something? Where's Emin? Maybe we should speak giant to her. Retreat. I think we should retreat.
No. She's just probably in pain.
She might just smack us, though.
You never know until you try.
Emin! Get over here!
Emin!
We need you!
Yeah, what? I'm looking at stuff. What do you...
She's here! She's here!
So say hello.
Speak her
Hello!
language.
I say as loud as I can using my armor.
Oh,
geez.
right. Giant. Stone giant. I say, hello. We mean you no harm. We killed the stone giants. You're welcome.
All right. Well, you hear in response. Do you say that in common or in giant?
In giant.
In giant. You hear in response in common. Go away! Go! You not welcome here.
Say, are you all right?
Leave Moog alone. Moog no want company. Just go.
We can help.
Help? Help
Do you speak
what?
giant?
She's speaking common.
Okay.
Help you.
Moog no want help. Moog just want husband back. Or food. You have food?
We do have food.
We have a nice elk.
Maybe you food.
Don't touch him.
Elk is food. Moog want elk.
You don't get
no,
any
no,
elk. We
no.
don't have elk.
We can feed you, stone giant. Got a lot of that.
Moog saw elk outside.
Can't we feed
It's
you
not
rocks,
edible.
maybe?
No, Moog no eat rocks. Moog eat
What if
food.
we bless them?
What if you give her the cauldron we found and the fish that makes soup? I mean, it's like a win-win.
Oh, that's a great idea.
We
I
have
smack her
fish
palm on my
soup.
forehead.
Fish soup?
Soup. Make me a persuasion.
We have a wagon wheel.
Persuasion.
You win.
Nice
Moog,
persuasion.
fish soup. Okay. She sounds kind of like, resigned to being offered soup. Like she's not super excited about it, but she does seem to be agreeable to that. And then she kind of, you see her large, meaty hands kind of grip the door and start to swing it open. and the way it swings open is actually toward her. And soon enough, you're face to face with a smaller than the stone giants, but still pretty large giant standing in front of you. That is clearly. Hold on.
Do we actually have soup,
This?
guys?
That is clearly a woman
I had the soup. Fish.
with rather large proportions.
Sexy.
Damn,
There you
she's
go.
thick.
She does not look threatening at the moment, though.
See, it's all right.
Although she is holding a like a wooden trunk, maybe that perhaps that probably belonged to a fallen tree, kind of like defensively at her side. Oh yeah, she's thick. Says, make soup, or we'll get angry.
We can make
Okay,
some soup. The stone giants and the hawks are gone. It's all right.
Oh, she does look wounded, by the way. She's got numerous cuts on her and a couple of bruises as well from when she was hit by a stone. You see a large black bruise on her.
See, we can help you. We can
Soup.
talk it over soup.
Help with soup. Move hungry,
Right.
or else
Okay.
eat elk.
Eating some water.
That's not an elk. That's a
Look like
horse.
elk to me.
Do you have any water?
It's a magic horse.
Has twigs out of his head.
There's,
Elk look tasty.
it's magic. It's magic horns on a horse. He'll make you sick if you eat him. It's not a good idea.
She looks really confused at the moment, like maybe you're telling the truth. You can make a deception check. But she still responds with, horse, elk, still tasty.
He'll make you sick. It's not a good idea.
All right.
Does Moog
So-
have any water we can make some soup with?
No,
We have
you don't have water? And she kind of looks like really cross at that.
we
She's
have
all like eyes now at you. You make soup or not?
I emptied my canteen into a bowl and
Yeah, let's pass
Put in
around
the
that
fish.
cauldron. Put in our canteens.
Wait, guys.
Yeah.
You're all dumping your water skins into the bowl, into the large cauldron that you took with you.
Yep.
Urine is water, right?
Don't do that.
No,
You're in
soup,
time
not
out.
lemonade.
Guess we gotta make a fire to heat this up too. Can't be serving no cold
Yes.
soup. Moog will kick us right out.
That's a great idea. Start a fire in a temple.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
probably
okay.
okay.
Soup
That's
very
all right.
tasty. Move very
Okay.
hungry.
Where should we make our fire? 'Cause I don't know the rules of the house.
Moog just looks at you. She says, "Moog don't care. Make fire anywhere."
Oh, okay. Let's just do it right here then.
All right. You guys have some
Can you-
kindling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we gotta go
Hey, Moog,
the wagon wheel there.
can we?
Yeah, the wagon wheel.
Yeah, we have the wagon wheel. Yeah. All right.
We got 2 wagon wheels. There you
Chop
go.
it up.
No, we have one. I rolled twice.
Well, one's better than none. Moog, you look hurt. I can heal your wounds. Would you like
Yes.
that?
That close to Moog, she smells pretty bad. She's
Yeah.
actually quite dirty.
I hold my breath because I can breathe.
And
as soon as I get that
looks at you,
close.
like really suspiciously, she says, "You know hurt Moog, right?"
No hurt, Moog. Heal, Moog.
Make me a persuasion check. All right. So, she says, "Oh, okay," and she kind of like gets down on one knee, eyes you very suspiciously, like one big eye open at you. You notice that she's missing several teeth and quite ugly.
She's about to propose.
So we'll heal her for 13.
13. All right.
Yes, we can.
Oh, that tickles.
feel better.
Reminds me of Hruk, when Hruk tickled me. And then she looks down at the ground, kind of really sad, and you see her eyes kind of water.
I'm both disturbed and sad.
Why are you hiding in the temple, Moog?
This temple? Moog did not know. Moog found tower out in the hills, all abandoned. Did not know this was temple until suddenly it rise out of ground. And she looks really surprised at that. She takes her hand and she thrusts it up to the air, like really slow and shaking. And then she says, something, those stone giants outside, they did something. Mook, no. But then come down here when you were fighting, and those birds, they hurt Moog. And I come down ladder, and she points at the big stone ladder over here that is built into the wall itself with rungs that are 3 feet apart that descend 60 feet up to the ceiling. Oh, and something else is in this room which you just notice as well. There's the room is kind of really bare. There's really nothing in here except for what looks like a rack built into the floor itself. And atop the rack is like the largest carved stone cylinder you've ever seen in this direction. It's got to be at least 20 feet long and probably about 5 feet wide.
How high off the ground is it?
It is about 10 feet off the ground.
On a sturdy-looking rack?
Kind of like a rack that with 2 ends, kind of like almost like a bookend.
Is
But
this
it's it's almost like a sword stand. That's the
Oh,
best way to describe it.
how large is the?
Hey, where you going? She says to Kareem and Emin.
I'm walking around. They're making the soup. Don't worry. I walk over here and then I fly up on top and perch on top of the stone cylinder.
How do you fly again?
Because I'm awesome.
Because you're also because you have that rune up.
That is
fly, right?
correct.
As long as you land on the ground. Okay.
Yeah, as long as I land after 20 feet of movement.
Okay, got it. All right, so you kind of like fly up on top of it, which is definitely doable with 20 feet. And from what you could see, is like I said, a 5 foot wide cylinder that tapers to a smaller diameter at the top and bottom. And it's very interesting because the cylinder itself lies on its side on a granite rack, and it has giant runes written all over it so that almost no empty space remains. But it's written in such a way to almost be unreadable. You see that the letters are broken up, and every other line appears to be upside down.
Is it so? It's not a consistent diameter. You said it tapers to the ends.
It tapers to the top and bottom. You also notice when you're looking at it and kind of like looking at the other, on like the bottom end where you're close to, that there's a hole. I'm sorry, not a hole, but a almost like a dowel on it, on each end,
Projecting out.
Yeah. And why don't you make me an intelligence check as well?
Gonna see if there's like some surface we could roll it against and make an ink print, but we'd have to find an irregular shaped surface. I'm talking while I click for things for intelligence. Is that like a straight stat? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Useless.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't really get anything more than what I described.
So, Moog, are there more things upstairs that are very interesting? Places to put this cylinder?
That's what it looks like, by the way.
It's a basket.
Except it's a little bit more elongated than what you see in the picture. So Moog responds and she says,
Speaking stone.
Moog, no really look that hard. Come downstairs. Roll stone into door. And that's it. And then hide from you.
Oh, well, we're not gonna hurt you. Why don't we go take a look around? Maybe you can show us the place.
No, Moog, hungry. I want food first.
Should be ready.
We'll make food.
It's coming.
Dropping
You
the
look
fish in
around.
now.
Okay, well, I go up
Really?
the ladder then. So she
Right.
gave me permission.
So what are you doing?
Up the ladder.
Ah, okay. So are you actually climbing it?
No, man, 20 feet at a time. Up, stop. Up, stop.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. So like a few rounds later, because you move 20 feet at a time, you actually get to the upper level. Let me describe what you see. Just give me a moment. Move this out of the way. Okay. So from what you immediately can tell, you're in a room that appears to have two doors. Okay? Except that these doors are clearly, from your vantage point, you can see that they also have door handles that are 15 feet off the ground, and the doors themselves are about 25 feet tall. The ceiling itself is only about 30 feet, and the staircase, I'm sorry, not the staircase, but the ladder actually continues up to another level. But in this particular room that you're standing in, which is kind of like a weird, almost trapezoid type of shape, very irregular, you can tell that that it is decorated with stone carvings that appear to be giants battling a variety of dragons. And from what you could tell, based off of your right, don't you have some sort of sagacious knowledge of dragons, or am I thinking of the other campaign?
So I do have the sage background, but you're thinking of the other guy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they look like a variety of dragons to you.
What do you see up there, Emin?
Stuff? Things? I'll let you know when I find something interesting.
Oh, there is something else in this room as well. You see that there is a torch on the wall. It appears to be 6 feet long, and it's lit by a white continual flame.
I'm gonna start climbing up the
The
ladder.
sconce itself is actually 15 feet above the ground.
Okay. I just take a walk up and down and see if we're looking at individual carvings, a story, is it a history laid out on the walls, or is it just one battle, stuff like that.
It looks like many battles all done together expertly in kind of like a montage. But from what you could tell, you can make a intelligence history check or intelligence religion.
Kareem goes up the ladder too.
Right.
Or he starts anyway. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take.
Yep.
I'm trained in both. Which one would you prefer?
Whatever you want. Okay, same DC. Okay. Well, it looks to be some sort of important war. But you're not sure what.
Like the war between the giants and the dragons when they, decided that we needed to separate.
If there was such a thing recorded in history.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure that
probably.
was, because that was part of the order.
There's probably a name to that war, but you don't recall.
I
what
got
it
no
is.
idea what that is. But Zephyr mentioned something about it. It's on the back of my tongue, but must not have been important because shit, I can't tell. So I poke one of the doors and see if they open or if they're jammed. or
No,
stuck.
they look like they are not moving at all. However, Kareem, you said you were climbing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make an athletics
So-
check.
For you to climb, I need you to, yes, make an athletics check.
Ooh. Well, I use my lucky thing, which allows me to re-roll again
Sure.
on my armor. I'll just roll a d20, I guess.
Yep. Well, you can roll. Just roll the athletics again.
Oh. Wow. I rolled a d20.
Yep.
Plus 6.
Looks like you got a 14.
Mm-hmm.
So you begin to climb, and although the rungs are 3 feet apart, it's not like a traditional ladder because it's built into the wall. And on top of that, because the rungs are so far apart, this is exhausting work. And when you finally get to the top, after a few rounds, maybe like a minute or so, and then standing around and kind of looking at things over, you reach the top kind of really tired. So you suffer a level of exhaustion.
Oh, hello, Emin.
And what's everybody else doing in the meantime, aside from making soup?
I was tapping Moog's knee and being like, it's alright, those minis won't hurt you anymore. Where's your husband? What happened to him?
Oh. Says, why you want to know? You want to steal Haruk for yourself?
No, I'm just concerned. Maybe we can help. Ease your pain.
She looks at you really suspiciously, and then she says, oh, Moog, Miss Haruk. Haruk taken by Chief Ga. She take Moog's husband. No one to abuse Moog anymore. And she
What a
starts kind of
jerk.
sobbing and kind of like half humming to herself. It's really strange and weird, but you notice that she appears very sad and obviously depressed about this.
I've
But she
heard
did
of
also
Ga.
mention a very particular name.
I've heard of this God. Did she take Hruk for war, maybe? Like
No.
a draft?
Chief Ka, so big. Chief Ka always eating and command hill giants to grab food from all surrounding lands because Chief Ka wants to be biggest hill giant of all. And Chief Ka take all hill giant. She's husbands for herself. She nods.
Well, that's not very nice. I think you should be Chief Moog.
She looks at you. No. Moog no want Chief. Moog just want Rock back.
Well, maybe we could find him.
She looks at you suspiciously. You want Rock, don't you?
We can bring him back. We can tell him you're still here.
No. Chief got too strong and powerful. Too big. No way.
Not to worry.
You puny small folk, you get crushed underneath Chief Ga.
No, I promise. It'll be fine. God got nothing on us.
Did you see we took down those ones outside? I look up and say, from making stew.
That was actually quite good. Somehow that petrified bone fish actually gave off a very pleasant aroma. You guys are, although there's really nothing in the soup aside from broth, right? But it does seem like it is very tasty smelling.
It's like bone marrow soup. It's full of fat, very hearty. It'll fill
No,
you up.
it looks pretty clear actually. You don't think it's gonna satisfy
Damn.
God at all? Aside from the taste, which you don't think giants care very much about.
Well, shit.
But she says, I don't see anything. You killed stone giants outside? You must be strong then. But
Yes.
Chief Ga will still kill you. Maybe eat you and your friends.
Well, we'll do what we can. We can try and bring Hruk back. God doesn't scare us.
She looks at all of you. How? How you bring Rock back then?
We'll figure it out. We'll stop Ga. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Where is Ga?
She
Don't we already
says,
know
Yeah.
God, that big fort we call Grud Hog. We make fort with help of goblins and goblin makers. She nods her head.
We have dealt with goblins before.
Yes.
Goblins don't taste good.
They don't smell good either.
She sniffs her pits. She says, smell better than Ga. Smell better than Moog.
No, they're pretty bad. You're fine. You smell like flowers and forest. Smells great to me.
She looks at you very suspiciously. Not funny. Soup ready yet? She like stands up.
As ready as it's gonna be.
Yeah, it looks ready. But like I said, it looks like clear fish broth.
Drink up.
She walks over to the large cauldron and she looks inside. She says, "This it? Look like water."
It
Tastes better than it looks.
Can you smell it? It smells delicious.
She takes a very deep breath and she takes a big hearty whiff as she puts her nose close to it. Smell pretty good. Look very hot. And she gives a big blow on it. You know, big huff of her breath
Okay.
to try to cool it off. And she sets her great club down on the ground. Actually, she tucks it into her loincloth at her belt. And she kind of grabs the edge of the cauldron carefully because, you know, it's hot. And she starts to slowly sip it. All right, meanwhile, Kareem and Emmett, what are you guys doing upstairs?
Each other.
You're doing each other?
No. We're just looking around, I guess. Is there anything particular that looks nice?
Well, aside from what I described to Emmett before, the staircase leads up. Not a staircase, I keep calling it a staircase. It's actually a ladder.
To heaven. Can't you keep
Oh.
climbing it? Because didn't
Yeah,
we
you
see?
can keep climbing it. I assumed you got off because
At the
Emmett
level.
was in that room on the second floor.
Right. I didn't. I kept climbing.
Oh, you didn't get off? You kept going?
I said hi to him and then I just kept going.
Well, at the point where you reach actually the second floor, you're exhausted. So at this point, exhaustion gives you disadvantage on ability checks, which I wrote there.
Fuck.
So if you were to continue your climb up, at this point it would be disadvantage to the athletics check. All right, no problem for you though. Mr. Balls to the wall. As you continue to climb up. Eric, are you following him?
No, he's on his own. I'm checking out the murals and the doors, see if I can, if they open, push or pull, or if they're locked.
They definitely have keyholes, and from what you could tell, they appear to be locked. Because any attempt of you pushing on them, despite your bull strength, does not have any effect on budging them. In the meantime, however...
Good luck with those doors!
In the meantime, however, our friend here is continuing up to the third floor, at which point, this is what you see. So much like the room below you, you see that this room is also decorated with stone carvings and a ladder that's carved into the wall. And This time you see that the carvings depict what looks like different terrains. You see like mountainous areas covered in lightning and clouds, and other types of giants in various settings. Like you see what kind of looks to you like a hill giant atop a mighty hill. This giant looks like really fat and large. But then you see like another stone giant living below the ground. You see a what sort of looks like a Viking. Would be best described as a Viking, but really is a frost giant, amidst a winter storm. These appear to be very distinctive giants of each of these 6 types.
Are any of them holding anything?
Are any of them holding anything? Yes, they're holding weapons. But weapons that would be typical for their type of giant. So like the hill giant's holding what looks like a tree, whereas the giant that's surrounded by lightning, he's holding what looks like a not a trident, but like kind of like a jagged greatsword, almost in the shape of a lightning bolt.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else in the room?
Aside from that, you do see that there are, yes, you see that there is not an open door. There is actually, you know what? I'm going to move your token to that map because I think that would be easier that way. So give me one moment. You guys are all going to be on separate maps here. And Emmett, I'm going to move you as well.
I think he's getting a drink.
Well, screw you. Because Emmett's doing something.
I actually want to get a drink too.
Alright, you can go ahead.
It's almost over, right? It's 11.
Yeah, actually, we're going to be ending in about a few minutes.
I'll just stay. I'll wait.
Alright. So you do see kind of like 2 doorways. The door to the south is locked, from what you can tell. It appears to be, like I said, just a large stone door that is currently closed. The passageway to the kind of like northwest of this area is open to the sky. And from what you can tell, there seems to be some sort of room beyond it that is lit by natural light.
Does it lead to the thumb?
Yes, that's correct. So I'm just gonna kind of move you to that map for a second. You can tell me what you see.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, you won't see anything, just Kareem at the moment.
I mean,
Do
I'm
you
not
see
sure what I'm
anything?
looking at. Yeah, I see white.
Alright.
looks like there's 2 stairways to the side on that other room. Are these stairways? What are these? Or walls?
No, actually, that's the open. No, don't go past that because that's the actual edge. That's kind of like the part of your thumb that's here. You know, so
I see
if
that,
you
I see
step
that.
over the edge, you'll fall like 120 feet. But what you're actually facing is what looks like to you like a large, almost like kitchen or pantry.
Oh, is that like stovetop? Is that what that is?
Yeah, yeah. So you see, although you can't see the top of the stove, so you wouldn't necessarily know that, but you do notice that the whole room is covered in what to you looks like a thick brown carpet of no, not of bread, of mold. And on top of that, there are numerous shelves in the rooms, and there's a bunch of stuff all on these shelves. And you also notice that there are fungal growths that line the walls. You can't fully see everything because you're not actually in the room itself, but they look like they go all the way up to the ceiling. And from this vantage point, you cannot see how high the ceiling is.
Yeah, I don't walk in. I'm gonna wait for the friends. I'm gonna just stand by the ladder and rest as I'm exhausted from getting up here.
Yep, that's right. Is Eric back? Eric?
Meow.
Oh, you are back. Okay. So, Eric, you should also be on this map. No.
I can see what you were describing before. There are a ladder and 2 doors.
Okay, good, good. And I saw your whisper to me. Are you doing that now?
Well, we can save it for next session because it's 10:59 and you wanted to stop at 11.
Yep. Which door are you actually using the knock on?
It was random, so I'll do the one that's closest to me. The top one.
Okay. All right. Yep. So I think that's a good place to stop for the night, as you guys are exploring this place.
Cool. Good session. That was a fun. We kicked those giants' ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I expected
nice.
it to be a lot harder.
You expected them to be a lot harder? You were only fighting 2 giants.
Yeah. And everybody played really smart.
That's right. Very
Yeah,
nice, well-timed, smite there.
Yeah, that worked well.
And then Eric's distraction tactics against the other giant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was really
I can't
helpful.
believe he didn't he kept getting away. He took no damage from that whole thing.
That was funny.
You didn't take any damage. No, you took that little bit of damage, but then I healed it right away in the first round tonight, and then you didn't take any damage after that. That was nuts.
That would have been so much damage if I had chucked you 60 feet into the air. Oh my god.
Oh my
If any-
god, that would have been ridiculous.
I was thinking
2d6
if
per
anybody,
10, right?
What's that?
It's 2d6 per 10, right?
Nah, it's 1d6 per 10. But still, it would have hurt.
Yeah.
Falling 80 feet.
Yeah, that's
I should have just thrown you into the wall.
66.
I'll do that next time. Just
Yeah.
splat you like a, like a ripe tomato.
That would have been better, yeah. But,
Because then you would have hit the wall and then fallen.
I feel like if the giant took away any other character,
Yeah, we
they would have been
died.
fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically,
That's
he
true.
picked the worst one to pick.
He was the closest one.
that's why I rushed
Yeah,
it. I figured I
yeah.
could handle one while you guys killed the other. It all worked out.
Yeah, that worked out great.
Well played. Very well played. All right. Well, I hope you guys had fun tonight. I hope you are looking forward to exploring more of the temple next time we play.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Can't wait.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. So I think the next session we'll be playing is on the 25th. I will warn you though that actually I should be fine, because after the 25th we play again on the 8th of August, and that should be okay.
I might have problems with that, but I'm not sure about my schedule yet.
Yeah.
So I'll keep you guys updated.
Sure. All right. All right. Thank you guys for playing.
Thanks
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Thank you,
you, Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. That was great.
No problem. Thanks. Bye.
See you
Bye.
guys.
night.
Bye.